this tutorial, I'll be using this yarn, a blue yarn, and 3.0 mm hook. Slip knots and make a chain of 36 inches. Measure with your tape rule and make sure you have 36 inches. Skip one stitch and single crochet in each stitches for round 1. To end round 1, join together with a slip stitch. Slip stitch on top of the first single crochet. For round 2, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and DC in the same space. Chain 3 represents 1 DC, then we have chain 1 and 1 DC. Chain 1, skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and DC in the next stitch. DC chain 1, DC in the next, in the same stitch. Chain 1, chain 1, skip 2 stitches, DC chain 1, DC in the next stitch. Chain 1 again, skip 2 stitches, DC, chain 1, DC in the same stitch. So keep repeating this pattern for round 2. To end round 2, slip stitch in this chain 1 space. Chain 4, DC in the same space, in the same chain 1 space. Chain 1, DC, chain 1, DC in the same chain 1 space. Chain 1, DC, chain 1, DC in chain 1 space. Just keep working inside the chain 1 spaces. DC, chain 1, DC followed by chain 1. To end round 3, chain 1, slip stitch in your chain 1 space, and continue repeating your round 3. Now I have 10 rounds and I'm moving on to the crotch. I'm done with the body of the shorts. Chain 1 and cut off your yarn. I'll be switching my 3.5 mm hook to 2.5 mm hook. I need to change my hook. This is looking very old. Alright, so this is where I stopped, and I'm going to place that at the middle, because you can see here, you can see this is my starting point to be at the back, while this will be the front. To start the crotch now, make sure it's at the center, move an inch backward and chain. Now make your single crochet. This is the first single crochet, then make another single crochet, making 2. Move on to the next space and make 2 single crochet. Do the same in the next 2 spaces. So I have 8 single crochets in total. Turn my work and keep working single crochets in each stitch. Again, repeat your row 2. Do this till you have 7 rows of single crochets. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So I have 7 rows of single crochet, and I'm going to join it to the other side. Remember, this is the back, this is the back, and this is the front. So I'm going to connect it to the front. Make sure it's at the center, okay? Starting, you can place your stitch markers to be super sure that's where you are positioning your, that's where you are joining the crotch. So I'm not going to join like this, I'm going to turn it inside. So I'm going to join with a single crochet now. Single crochet in the last stitch as well. Chain 1 and cut off your yarn. So turn your work out. I'm going to walk around the ties. This is the tie part. Okay, so chain 4 and DC. I'm switching back to my 3.5 mm hook. Chain 1, DC, chain 1, DC in the chain 1 space. So keep repeating your pattern in your chain 1 spaces. I'm about to end round 1 of the tie section, and this is how I'm doing it. So chain 1, skip this and move on to this stitch here. DC, chain 1, DC in the same stitch. Skip this, move on to the next stitch. DC, chain 1, DC. Don't forget to chain 1 before you slip stitch. I'm repeating my pattern all the way around. For the last round, change your color. I'm switching back to 2.5 for my final round, which is the 4th round, and I'm going to make a single crochet in the same space. I'm going to make 5 HDC, 3 4 5 5 HDC. Skip this space and slip stitch into the next space. Work 5 HDC again in this open space. Slip stitch in this, 5 HDC in the next, slip stitch in the next, 5 HDC in the next. So keep working 5 HDCs and slip stitch in the chain 1 spaces. Complete the final round with a slip stitch chain 1 and cut off your yarn. So this is what it looks like. Repeat what you did here to the other side with both sides now, and I'm going to make HDC in these stitches for 3 to 4 rounds. I'm going to stop at the 4th round and I'm going to slip stitch, and for my final round I'm going to use yellow, work HDC as well for the final round. Alright, so this is the shorts. I'm using this cotton yarn for the long rope and a 3.5 mm hook. Make a chain of 120 inches, double of this tape measure. DC in each stitch, skip one and DC in the stitches. So this is all the way. Make another copy of this. So trace the middle. This is the middle part. You can mark it with a stitch marker. I'm going to be placing my rope in between the yellow and this part. It's going to be a little bit difficult to pull through. Skip 3 stitches and I'm going to pass it through another 3 stitches, HDC. So pass it through. Just make sure it's not twisted. Remove your stitch marker and pass it across. Skip 3 and then pass it through the next 3 stitches for the right hand side. So this is the back and this is the front. Now adjust your rope to be of the same length. We've come to the end of this tutorial. Just weave in your ends and trim to make your work neat. Please subscribe for more videos like this. Comment in the comment section and also like and share for more people to learn. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.